All right,
We
are
did
live.
it.
Woo!
All right.
So, if you don't know me, I'm Brittany Brainstorm with the Brainstorm Boutique, and it's a creative agency that helps small businesses with big dreams. I've got my sister Casey here. She's my partner in crime. She's a designer and a social media performance coach. And today, or tonight, if you will, we have like the live stream guru on our live stream. So I feel like super flattered that he joined us tonight. We have Luke O'Neill with Union Street Arts in Marion. So,
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for having me tonight, Brittany.
yes,
Cassie.
thanks for joining our live stream.
Glad to join.
I don't know if we're cool enough for Luke, but I'm so happy he's on here.
Oh no. Definitely so happy to be here and to have this conversation tonight.
Me too. Well, Luke,
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, what you're all about.
Sure. So my name's Luke O'Neill. I am born and raised here in Southern Illinois, actually. Right, I'm right here in downtown Marion at the Union Street Arts Building on Union Street. I have a various background in the arts, from music to performing arts. I have had a lot of been blessed by having different art opportunities, and I went to SIU for
Go
mass. Go SIU, go Salukis. I got my Bachelor of Arts in Mass Communications in Cinema and Photography with a minor in theater in 2016. Moved away for a while, worked in a few other cities right here in the U.S., and recently relocated back here to Marion, Southern Illinois, where my family's here. I know a lot of friends here, so happy to be back. I'm stoked. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome.
There's a little bit. Maybe we can get more into it here as we get some people on the stream.
We just wanted just a crumb of what makes Luke Luke.
Well, we can. You can have the crumb, or you can have a whole slice. I mean, depends what's your.
Let's dig in. We got all night.
What's your appetite here?
Ooh, boy.
Okay, so first of all, you're Saluki. I'm a Saluki. Casey's Saluki. You were in the C&P program, Cinema and Photography program, which is a really good program in the Mass Communications, the College of Mass Communications and Media Arts, if I want to say the whole thing. So what was your experience like there, actually? Like, what did you learn, and how did it like shape you into the professional you are today?
Sure. So I started at SIU. I went to Parkland College in Champaign on a athletics soccer scholarship where I played and got my undergrads done. Didn't know what I wanted to do, but always had an interest in performance, movies, and decided to go to film school back in Carbondale. And wasn't sure what I was getting into, but I loved it. Loved the experience. Love being on campus. Love the professors there. I was able to do a study abroad documentary film program in Bonn, Germany, when I was at SIU my junior year, and that was a really a big deal for me. You could say jump-starting my career while I was in college. Really, really great. Met a lot of really good people from that program that I'm still connected to today, still work with today. And I can't say enough really about how that impacted who I am today, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I never got to study abroad. And I think that's absolutely fascinating. How long did you get to stay there?
So I was there for just a summer. So it was a summer program, and I was studying with a dance studio, actually, interviewing different dancers, filming different performers, movement artists. Got more into movement than it's just per se dance, but yeah, it was a great experience. I recommend it to any young person in college or previous to college to really, if that is an opportunity, that I would really suggest doing it. It really can help broaden your horizons, get you out and uncomfortable in a foreign land. This was I didn't have iPhone at this time.
Oh my gosh.
And you're right,
You're
no
right.
internet on my phone. It was but
Oh,
it was great. It was
comment
great.
Here for you, real quick.
Okay.
Russ Williams saying, "I want to hear Luke's goal call from the soccer color commentary."
Oh my gosh.
So if you guys don't know this, I've been doing soccer commentary as well the past few weeks with the Marion Star here in town. The Marion Star. We had we had a game last night. Again, like I said, I played soccer throughout college, and so that this one's for you, Russell. Go! There you go.
Like that. That should be like front line on your resume. We need that to be like top of your website.
What's your favorite like soccer simile or something that you use to describe something super intense?
Simile that I describe something as super intense.
Yeah, like did you ever do anything that's like, oh, he's hot as butter on a frying pan, like let's go, or something like that? Like,
that's a good question.
I literally took that one from Wishbone. I remember watching that when I was like 7.
Yeah.
I've never been able to stop thinking about that one sentence.
Gosh, that's a good question. I what would we say out on the pitch? Maybe. It's a rip. He ripped it. I don't know.
Whoa, they rip it?
They ripped it.
Whoa.
Yeah. What a rip.
Oh my gosh.
I like
That's all
that.
I got.
Actually.
That's
I'm gonna
good.
use that in my
That's
everyday
good.
life. Okay, I'm going to use the little corporate lingo. Let's circle back to that documentary, the abroad studies. So you said you were doing a documentary, and then what happened with that? Tell us about that.
Well, that documentary went on to screen at international festivals. When I went back my senior year, at SIU, there's a film festival, the Big Muddy, and they do a Little Muddy Film Fest for the students, and where all the students submit the work that was created that year, and it went on to win Best in Show that my senior year, and on to different, like I said, festivals and more accolades after that. So that it went on to screen at the Museum of Contemporary Art in Chicago.
Oh my gosh.
And it really was a great way to jumpstart my career in media.
Yeah.
Before that, I hadn't had anything like that. So it really helped me start off.
We have an award-winning cinematographer here with us tonight. Feel so privileged.
Well,
What's your IMDb
privileged to
page
be
like?
here.
Do
It needs
have an
updated.
IMDb?
It's a common theme. It needs updated, like many things in my that I am in the process of.
Do you update
But,
your own, or do people update it for you?
No, I've never updated it. I have like the options to, but I've never.
Okay.
Again,
I always wondered how you
a
get
lot of stuff
on
like that. I think
Because
you can
there's-
submit yourself. I think you can. Yeah. I think that's how it does, right? You submit yourself, right?
I have no idea.
I think so.
I'm like barely on the net.
Yeah. Well, here we are now.
We're here.
We'll
We're
submit
live.
ourselves.
We should
Brainstorm broadcast.
co-host on Brainstorm broadcast.
Okay, so Luke, because this is all about you. Okay, I want to hear more. I want to know more. So we talked about your history at SIU, that you're award-winning documentary cinematographer, and I want to hear more about Union Street Arts because that's your thing now. I don't want to call it a thing. It's your business. It's like an iconic building in our community. So
nice.
Tell me about it. When did it start? What inspired it? All the good stuff.
Yeah, so Union Street Arts started back in May of last year, amidst the global pandemic, all the shutdowns that were happening, and basically a group of artists, local artists, and myself wanted to do something. It was a scary time, a lot of uncertainty then, and we wanted to come together and keep supporting our local art community here, our friends, musicians, really just as a means of expression to escapism. Why we do a lot of the creative performance, the process, right? We love the process. And so we just started doing live streams right here in this space and with different bands. That's how we started, was with recording and streaming music groups. We have a stage here at Union Street Arts. This was, when I look back at those first streams, we've come a long way since then. It's kind of a lot can happen in a year.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say it was the fastest, slowest year ever last year, which kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But now we've kept doing that, and we've gotten involved with, you mentioned the murals here in town, where we have helped facilitate and execute 3 and 4 different murals now here in Marion, and more coming that we'll be involved with as well, as well as the continuing to do different recordings, video. We've developed an audio space here now where we can record voiceovers, music, all that jazz. So we're really just slowly developing and growing the idea. We want to just, like I said, how we create that creative community and help build it up. And we were doing that. It was very uncertain, and we plan on continuing to do that. Moving forward as well.
That's so exciting. I know that sometimes as an artist, you can feel like alone, or you can feel like a lot of people don't quite get what you do. Do you feel like your space gets to foster that ability for other creatives to kind of bounce off of each other and support each other?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what kind of makes the space, is that creative feedback, that immediacy, the inclusion, and the radical self-expression that we the safe space, right, for these, when you're creating or coming up with ideas or projects, you're kind of throwing paint, sometimes literally, on a wall, seeing what sticks, and that created that feedback and collaboration is essential part of what we do, and we're continually trying to add to that and add more people, bring more people into our space, because I think a lot of people don't know exactly what goes on day to day here.
That's true.
Yeah, but the artistic process, you can't you got to hold some things close to the vest, but it's something we want to do. Is, like I said, keep we rely on our creative community here, and we want to keep investing in it and keep building it up any way we can. In our backgrounds, Reese Smoot is kind of my right-hand man. He came through SIU, the same mass communications program. We have another SIU grad from the same program that works with projects on us. So really, we have looking for more people like that, looking for more people like us, essentially, and creating a space where people can come to and maybe be able to stay. I moved away when I was in graduated college, like a lot of people, and trying to create a space where there's opportunity for someone like myself or a Reese of the world or Zach or Vinny to use and be able to help nourish and amplify what they're doing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool when you talk about it being like a safe space, because like when you're doing comedy is my background. So whenever you're trying to like make jokes, they're not all going to be bangers. Like it takes a long time in just like having like a spot where you can be loud and be a character is really difficult, actually. And like no audience, just let me be a super loud weirdo. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. I'm going to be saying a lot of bad stuff. I'm not going to laugh, but just like sit there and watch me do it and tell me how it was.
No, absolutely.
It's really, really difficult to find spaces like that. Like even with, in Chicago, lots of comedy clubs shut down. And then after that, it was kind of like, what's the point? Where do I go? What do you do? I don't have the spot with like other comedians or anything that's just like, let me be dumb and loud and crazy and give me $5.
Yeah. It's, the freedom of failure, is a big thing.
Especially here in Southern Illinois. I think because it's so small, it's, like you're afraid of doing that in front of somebody and then them being like, oh my God, did you know that Casey said something that wasn't funny? But like in Chicago, it was like just another person. I'm just another person on stage. You're just going to see more and more and more. I don't know. That's my piece. I think that's cool what you're doing.
I think that's really good. Like the two things is the safe space and the freedom to fail. I think so many people are scared of failure, therefore they never do whatever it is. And I just have hit the point in my life where I'm like, you just got to do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, like if you don't do it now, you're never going to do it. And then you're going to be like, oh, well, that person's doing it and I could have done it better. It's like, well, prove it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. It's somewhat cliche, but there's I'm a big Star Wars fan, and the old Yoda saying, do or do not, there is no try, right?
Yeah.
It is about that, and that's one big takeaway from my creative process, from my schooling, my training, is just that, is the process. It's you do it, and you have to trust that process.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's so important. It's a huge takeaway.
That is so true. So let me ask you this. When you started doing live streaming, and like, did you have a lot of background in that already whenever you're doing that during the pandemic, or was it something you're just interested in doing, so you just went full force? How did that look for you?
So I had some background in live streaming. Worked with different live streams in the past, and obviously my background is in video production. And when I was at SIU, I worked with the DE as a photojournalist. Awesome. And was in the studio there, the River to River studio. So I was very familiar with the newsroom and broadcast as a concept and in practice. And just really the main thing was just learning some of the ever updating, ever ending technical Facebook glitch that is inevitable. I don't want to say too much about that while we're streaming now.
Fingers crossed, guys.
Right. But there was definitely researching and learning, and but luckily there was some foundation there to work with.
That's awesome. Well, I know I've watched quite a few of your live streams. And this was actually before I even knew who you were. I was just aware of Union Street Arts, and I knew you guys were doing these fun concerts and stuff. So always looks super professional. Like, you clearly know what you're doing. So I was like, oh boy, hope he doesn't judge my very amateur live stream setup.
Oh no, this is great. This is I haven't actually done a 3-way video chat like this before.
It's kind of cool.
So you've got me on that, Brittany. I mean,
Whoa.
I'm taking notes here too. So I'm going to be calling you after this.
We'll have a brainstorming session, Luke.
There we go.
That's what we'll do.
Sounds good.
Well, hey, let me bring up your website, because I got it over here on my laptop just like playing away, and I'm like getting distracted by all the fun videos on here. So let me see if I can do this successfully. Give me a second, guys.
Do you have a filter on your camera? What is going on with your lighting?
My lighting right now is I don't have a filter. I've
It's
got a
just good lighting.
lens. Well, it's a nice lens.
Oh, okay.
I've got a nice lens. And this computer, I just have turned up all the brightness all the way.
It kind of
So
looks like
it's just the
like
computer
you've
light.
got like some sort of filter thing going on, and I was like, did Brittany teach you how to do a filter on here or something? Like, what is going on? Why don't I have a filter?
If you want to get technical, it's a Sigma 1.4 aperture, shallow depth of field.
I have the 1.3.
Well, okay,
That's
a little more shallow depth of field, a little more bokeh in the background. That
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Looks great.
We're using our phones, and Luke is like professional. So let's just acknowledge that.
It's an
Speaking of
iPhone
which-
11 Pro. It's not a phone.
Pro.
That's
Did
right.
you hear pro?
That's
Yeah.
right. Excuse me. So Luke, tell us about, I'm here on your website. We see some different things like social media content, video, audio, creative marketing solutions. So like, what would you say you do? Like, and what would you say is your dream project to do?
So I, creative producer is kind of the role that I'm leaning into more of. Obviously, with the video production, directing, shooting, editing, right? That's all my training and background. But I love, producing a project, getting a team together to create something, whether it's a video for some of these shots here. This one was for another soccer thing in New Orleans. This was for a clothing company in Denver. This is in Chicago. That's New York.
Wow.
I'm not
These
sure
are
what the question was,
gorgeous.
but that was in Malibu. This is in Arizona. So I've been lucky enough to travel across the U.S. doing different projects, all online, all really on Instagram is where I really post-college found work, was just through
Wow.
Instagram, posting on hashtags, DMing people. This is probably 2016, 17. And I was just grinding on Instagram.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
what was your favorite project you did? And is it on here where we could play it?
My favorite project. Yeah, you go to commercial.
Okay.
This is let's see, Judson Monroe. This is an artist that I worked with. This first one you can just play.
Okay.
This was an artist based in Denver that I worked with to create this is one we did in Chicago for a clothing brand, but
Here we go.
Judson is an oil painter based in Denver. and we shot this out in Breckenridge at his cabin and throughout downtown Denver, basically kind of showing his artistic process kind of in a short film style. This is Judson. We took a sunrise shoot out to Breckenridge where we did some shots where he did some painting. You'll see here we built a snorri cam. It's a camera rig that's attached to his back where he was wearing it while he was painting. And it was just a really fun project. He does drawings. It was, it was just a lot of fun,
That's awesome.
and Judson's a great guy. He's on Instagram as well, Judson Monroe. Shout out to Judson.
We're going to have to check him out later. Maybe we can tag.
Absolutely. And this is another oil painter, Rachel Parsons. Also, it's a small, can get us the creative community, the art world. As you get more niche, it can become a smaller and smaller world. So these two are, very high level, top painters.
Wow.
Throughout the world.
Oh, we're getting
this was a really fun one.
Yeah, that's so pretty.
Alana Milby just commented. She said, "Hey." And she said
Hey.
the perspective with the camera on his back is super cool. I agree.
It is.
That is.
Yeah,
so
I built this whole rig out of PVC pipe, and anyways, it was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Engineer. What else? What other items you got going on there?
Well, yeah, the list could keep on going.
I want to go to the fashion shoot in Chicago because that's
let's go there. That's a good one.
Just
this
because
yeah,
it's kind of cliche that I would love that the most, but
yeah, this was for I was living in Denver at the time, and this was for an e-commerce women's online store.
Wow.
Basically sold dresses, all online. It's a complete 100% online business, through advertising on Facebook. Was actually, that was it. So it was great. This model, she's done New York Fashion Week. I mean, she's
you can tell
it also did. This was when she was 19, and she's gone on to do some pretty amazing things after this. In New York Fashion Week, Paris. I mean, again on Instagram. Found this person through connections on Instagram and reached out and booked her for the shoot, and it was a lot of fun.
The whole thing. You did that. You found the model and everything. Did you find the things too, or?
I was working with a partner on that project.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, basically, for this specific one, the Yana and Candy one's pretty good. I don't know if you want to keep looking at this stuff, but this was, I think you can get a sort of an idea. This was for a YouTube channel. These two had moved from Atlanta to Denver. And they were starting a lifestyle brand in Denver as a couple. It was a couple's channel. So we shot like a promo, and
from Atlanta to Denver makes a lot of sense. Actually. It makes so much sense. I never would have thought of that. But it does.
Right. Two great American cities, different elevation, you could say, a little different.
Excellent art scenes. Atlanta art is like absolutely breathtaking too.
This is beautiful. Yeah. Where was this location in the rain? Oh my gosh! That's amazing.
This was in the Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado,
Really?
Southern Colorado. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. I love that. That's
Brittany,
absolutely gorgeous. Oh, that's fun. Did you do? Am I here?
Yeah. You're here.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, for some reason I thought you said, Brittany, where'd you go?
No, I said we have to go.
I was like, oh no, did I
I
just
keep
see
telling
this is
Brittany
my
we need to go to
glitch?
Colorado, and
This is
she's
my
like, "Why
glitch."
would we go to Colorado?" And it's like literally the most beautiful state that we
It's a
have.
great,
Oh.
great state. One of my
Alana, you're
favorite
coming
states.
with us. It's a sister's trip. Gabby
Yes.
too.
Hey, Alana says I need to go to that location ASAP. I think she needs to join us on the sister trip.
We're going.
Luke, you can join the sister trip.
Get Gabby,
Right. I've got an itinerary still, so
Luke, you're
I
coming
know
too.
a good lunch spot nearby.
Okay, I got to show one more because I did creep on this one and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, this was
Her
also for
outfits.
a
Oh.
yeah. This
I
was
like
in
her
Colorado.
button-down.
This was Montrose, Colorado. Another clothing company that found on Instagram. This is, I think, all this is from 2018 and earlier. So not as again, I haven't updated this site, but lifestyle shoot. There was a garden. This brand, Mangata World, is the brand. You can find them on Instagram. Alicia Ann, shout out to her. They're doing really cool stuff in Denver as well, in Rhino Arts District. If you've been to Rhino, if you've been to Denver, check it out. That's a cool, vibrant art scene going on there right now. So
You know what? Pretty soon people's going to be saying that about Marion.
that's the goal, Brittany. That's what we're trying to bring here and make happen.
I'm here for it. Oh, we got another comment. Alana, she's saying, I'll take your pics and Luke can take your video. Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
We need to do it. We need to do it. When this
I love
pandemic's
it.
over, we can have
Count me in.
Could you imagine that whole thing like on the dunes, but only it's Scoop, and she's like all like fashionista out
Oh my gosh.
with her like Z-Dog collar and harness. And she's
Your dog is out of control and she would rock it so well.
She's
Okay,
a Leo, honey, like full force.
Ooh.
She's here for it.
Okay, so I'm going to look at the murals because this was your before photo.
Mm-hmm. Right. And
What
actually,
was before?
there was a church. This was the old Potter's House Church.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah. And it was actually another color. We primed it that white color.
Okay.
What?
So this
Was it
is
a really
one
dark
wall.
color before?
It was kind of a brownish purple. It wasn't the best looking. We could just,
What
we'd
a
say that.
Brownish purple.
makeover.
Yeah.
And we're actually in the process. If you notice, this is only one side. If you see in that bottom picture, the side on the right, we're in the process of finishing right now, and we're hoping to, if the weather holds, finish this weekend, perhaps. And it's a different color scheme with a similar geometric triangle design. With another graphic pop art element on the other corner with a music reference, as well as an interactive element that we're adding to it. And also, yeah, that's all I'll say for now about that.
I can't wait. That's
Love
so
it.
exciting.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so did you design this mural?
So I co-designed this mural with Josh Benson.
Okay.
I've worked with him on all the murals so far, and he is responsible for the flower.
Wow. I love
So
the
my favorite part is the flower. Part of the ambition behind the mural was to bring people to the wall, get people walking, to interact with it, to take a picture and post it on social media. And the flower by far has been the favorite of the public with their interaction as far as posting and so
That is so cool. I love it. I can't wait to see what you do on the other sides because obviously when I go to Crown Brew, like I park over and I always see this every time I get out before I walk over there. Yeah. So I'm going to have to make myself walk all the way around the building whenever.
You should get a picture.
I know.
We'll take you around the whole thing. We have plans for the other two walls as well, but that is a future project.
Wow.
But
Cool.
we've got the ideas going. So
I love it. Okay, one more thing, because I feel like this is a big part about your brand is music. You do music videos, right?
oh yeah. So I a big part of my creative process is music. From music lessons as a kid, guitar, piano, trumpet, just playing in bands. Music. I love music. I don't. There's almost nothing as good as music. In my
And then
my
to
point of view.
combine that with cinematography is just
Yeah, this is a video in Denver with an artist named Kayla Marquis. This was a shoot we did, one take shot, as well as we collaborated with a dancer and different vocalist and a guitar player, and did a couple projects with Kayla. If you're familiar with West Roads magazine in Denver, she's been on the cover multiple times, different
Cool.
featured. You'll see the Fold in Half video. Gabriel Mayers, that's another one. This
I'm clicking around.
one is Here and Now. This is another music video I did. This one is actually, I believe, from 2019 summer.
This is fairly recent.
So this was a new, a more recent one. This was with a Chicago-based duo named Wingtips. Wingtips, if you know my story, you know that Vinny Secretario, who fronts Wingtips, we were in bands together growing up, in junior high and playing different music stuff. This is a lot of drone shots of the
I don't
Shawnee.
have the music playing because it will I got my computer so I don't want the feedback. So everyone needs to go and listen to it. I'm just
definitely need to listen to it, get the whole effect with the cuts and the words and stuff. But this we shot in the Shawnee, so that's what I was gonna say.
This is local.
This is local. You'll notice the rocks, maybe some of the trees, the geology and the ecology of some of it is pretty iconic Southern Illinois.
Okay, let's talk about the fashion too here, because without the music, I'm definitely paying attention to the outfits. Was this something they put together? Did you have any input on what kind of style?
They styled themselves. Okay. So they styled themselves. I was mostly in charge of setting up shots and helping. I edited as well. But different scenes, a lot about music videos sometimes, and maybe Cassie, when you're trying to get something, right? Whether it's on stage or you're trying to get a shot on camera, you have that improvisation. Oh, the lighting is here right now. Move there or try this.
A lot of problem solving, on your feet.
Right. So it was that this shoot was more like that. We knew a location. We knew there was a loose story structure, but nothing super concrete. We wanted to be more spontaneous, I guess, or
I love that shot.
This you'll know the water tower.
Yes.
At Giant City Lodge.
Yeah.
It's already make my stomach drop just thinking about it.
Yeah.
We got a couple of comments. Alana, she's definitely watching with us. She says it's so good. And I don't know which video she's talking about because I didn't pop this up in time, but I'm assuming it's about all of them. And she says, I'm going to make Evan do a music video. And I agree.
Yes.
You got your guy right here to work with.
That's right. Let's do it.
And then Rebecca O'Neill says, beautiful.
Hi, Mom.
Oh. Where's our mom? Why hasn't she commented tonight? Mom.
My mom's my number one fan here at Union Street Arts. So, shout out, Mom.
We love a cheerleader.
You do too. Yes.
Gotta.
Yeah. I love that. Is there anything else you want to show on your website?
I think so, I think that's pretty good. I think there's a good understanding. I think we have a good little little taste, just a crumb, maybe not a whole slice, but
A crumb of Luke.
We're getting close to slice. I don't
We
know
are.
when a crumb starts and a slice begins, but I think we're
Right.
in that gray area right now.
Seems to be there's some weight difference there.
Alana says my legs feel like jello.
Oh
every
my
time I
gosh.
climb a water tower. And she says scares me to death. Absolutely agree. You know you're from Southern Illinois
Yeah.
when you know exactly what water tower she's talking about. And then your mom did hard eyes, and I love it. And I hope she watches the whole time, and hopefully other times when Luke isn't on. But
She's I'll touch on my mom real quick if you don't mind.
yes,
Yes.
So big. You talked about my background and my creative background. A lot it comes from her. You know. Oh yes, her and her mother. You know, very talented musicians and artists as well. And when I was you might be familiar with Art Starts.
yes.
So my mom and a group of moms in 2005 founded Art Starts.
Awesome.
And for those of you who don't know, it's a children's theater program here in Marion.
That's so cool.
And through the Art Starts program, we were able to do trips to New York to see Broadway shows as 12-year-old kid,
Wow.
and being exposed to cultural and arts. And Art Starts, the work they've done for the past 15 years and all the lives they've impacted, shout out Art Starts. Big part of my story as well. So
Shout out Art.
shout out to those moms.
Moms take matters in their own hands, and they see
do.
like what their kids' strengths are, and they make it happen. And I admire
Yes.
that so much.
I had an older brother who was a performer, actor, singer, dancer, and really she started it for him, really, and for him to have a outlet to perform because there wasn't very many options at the time. So
That's amazing.
that's a big part of how I got to where I am.
So let me
So
ask you this,
much.
because you minored in theater. Did you act in Art Starts? Did you do
I did.
direction? What did you do?
I acted, I sang, I danced.
He's a triple threat.
Yay. What was your favorite character you played as a kid?
As a kid, well, I guess my favorite role on stage would have to be West Side Story.
Oh, which one did you play?
I played Riff, the one of the gang leaders.
Yeah. Dang.
Different acrobats, different dancing. It was just had a lot of fun. That was in high school here at Marion High School, part of the choir program.
That's so cool.
Is there
It's a lot of
video
fun.
of this?
There is video, and there are photos.
Okay.
They exist.
When you see people that you don't like a rivaling studio or something, do you immediately have to hold your hand to keep from finger snapping or
Right? I get a whistle going, call my teammates, we need to, and I start just,
yeah.
da-na-na.
You're never gonna lose that. It will always be with you.
I hope so. I
Yeah,
hope so.
it should.
Yeah.
Elena, she says
We're going to have a rumble if not.
Elena says if it's not available in your area, create it. Love that.
Go,
That-
Elena.
That's
All the
Totally.
fun,
the lesson
Elena.
for tonight, everybody. We are going to Creative Church tonight. We are talking about making things happen and trusting your heart and going after it. So
We're bringing the dunes to Southern Illinois.
Oh, okay. Wait, Russell's commenting. He said, we need to know what it's like to work with Josh Benson. More Picasso or Van Gogh? Oh,
Ooh.
That's a good question.
I've not met Josh Benson, so I'm interested in this answer.
That's a really good question. I'll say, I know working with Josh Benson, maybe, it's been great. He's been one of our biggest supporters. I would make a joke about having to cut off my ear after some of those long days that we did I'm painting triangles for days on end,
Oh my gosh.
getting delirious. It felt I could see how Van Gogh,
Van Gogh,
could
yeah.
right. So maybe a little more of that, but no, it's been great, working with Josh, and we've worked with Josh at the Civic Center, doing different productions up there during this past Christmas. We did a production there. We worked with some when they were doing the live streaming concerts in April of last year. I was working with Josh on that. So yeah, it's it's been good. Yeah, and there's more to come. A lot more to come, and yeah.
That's exciting. I can't wait to see what happens, because this is my neighborhood. Like I drive around the square every day. Well, I don't need to tell people where I live, but here we are. I drive around the square every day to go to a non-disclosed location. And I think the first one I really noticed, and I think that's where we connected on Instagram, the one on is it Biassy? Is their building?
The music store. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. I think I was just looking like in the Marion area to see what was being posted on Instagram, and I saw one of your posts about it, and I thought it was amazing. And now it's like every time it just gets more and more colorful on my drive home.
Right. Yeah, that's the idea. And there's a city program that's happening, the Marion Murals, that they're wanting to bring 10 more within this year to downtown.
Wow.
Yeah. So more color coming, Brittany.
Painted in all 10? Or
that's the ambition right now. Yeah. So we'll see. I think there's still some of that process to play out, but we're looking forward to it. And I know there's other ones happening before that are not associated with that project.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. I mean, but I'm biased, so I'm like, whatever makes my community, I can even talk, my community better and more beautiful. And as a creative person myself, it just makes, I don't know, it gives me more creativity just living in this area and seeing other people doing their thing. And it's really inspiring.
A big part of that ambition is to have creative placemaking within the community.
Yeah.
Conversation, it's great foot traffic, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's important. Okay. Alana, she says, yay for more art and creativity. Yes.
I love it.
We need all of it. In case anyone doesn't know, Alana Milby is a very talented photographer.
She is Southern Illinois' top.
Oh, she did. She won
photographer
in Southern Illinois by the Southern Illinois Reader's Choice Awards. So I feel privileged having her watching our live stream tonight. You've worked with Alana in the past, haven't you?
I have. I've worked for her, and I've worked with her on weddings. So I have another project, White Oak Wedding Films, that I do, a wedding videography business, and worked with her many times this past year, and it's been great every time.
She's so sweet.
She is
total angel.
Yeah.
We're biased to Alana.
Yeah.
Here you are.
Shout out.
Just make it about you for the rest of the show. Okay, so I have a few more questions I wanted to ask you, and I won't take up much more of your night because we're at like 48 minutes. Dear Lord, we have so much to talk. It's flown by. I hope it's flown by.
It has.
It's not just
it has.
Okay.
It really has.
All right, good. I hope we're not just like sucking up all of your time here. But
Oh no, I'm having fun here.
Okay, so one, I wanted to go back to the live streaming aspect because you do that. I don't feel like a whole lot of people do in this area, but you actually offer that as a service, right?
Right. So we will do live streams here in our studio on our stage, but we also do on location shoots as well, based on internet and stuff like that. But yeah, we do offer both. Last night we were streaming at the high school here in town, and we have a few more virtual streams that we'll be doing with Biassy Sound and Music and at the high school. for some of their end of year ceremony stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, we do a little bit of both.
You're doing something really cool, which I felt was super cool, obviously, for the pandemic we've all have experienced, is that you've live streamed weddings.
Yeah. So we've done a handful of wedding ceremony live streams. And really, it was a great way. We didn't offer that before COVID, but a lot of our clients, like everybody, were dealing with shutdowns and guest lists shrinking by 80 to 90%, and families not being able to cross state lines, or grandma and grandpa not being able to go. So we launched our live streaming for our weddings, and we offered that, and it's been a great. It's been awesome to see some of the response from people that weren't able to go, and how important that was to them to feel like they were there, even if it was virtually, but to be able to witness that moment live. Can't really replace that, so that's been awesome. We are just getting started with the live streaming services as well.
I think so.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we're constantly revising our process, and inch by inch getting where we want to go.
Well, you're like a pioneer in it. So, okay, Alana says, I witnessed him doing this at a recent wedding. So cool and convenient during this time. I think that's the one I watched, which was Megan and Ben's wedding, which was awesome because I didn't get to go. But I'm going to tell you what, I can see that being just a feature going forward, because life is busy. People are, all over the place. It's hard sometimes to get to go to your friends' weddings. So, hopefully, I hope that's just a part of your business that continues to boom, pandemic or not.
I think so. It's definitely going to be a big part of what we do moving forward. And, one of the main benefits is that immediate response. And also, for me as a creative, it cuts down editing time. If you are a person, that trying to make your own content, and just the amount of editing time and computer power that some of these things take is not no simple thing. And for me, it helps me to speed up my process, so I have more time. At the end of the day, time, is our most precious resource, and how we utilize it and spend it. And I want to try to maximize my time here while we have it.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Well, let me ask you this question then. If someone wants to work with you, what can they do, and how do they do it?
Reach out to me. You can find me on Union Street Arts on Facebook. We're on Instagram as well. You can reach out to me personally if you're watching this. Send us a message or an email. If you're ever in town getting coffee, you want to stop by, our doors usually open during the day. We're usually working on something. But if you want to come say hi, we're here pretty much all the time.
That's awesome. Okay, actually, I got a question, and it was not through the live stream. Someone asked, would putting together conventions be in your skill set, like a virtual convention?
It could be, like anything, will be constant learning or research. Could I do it tomorrow? Maybe. Could I do it in a week? Probably, yes.
Do it tomorrow.
Listen, I have a convention now.
Yeah, we can make something happen.
So,
but a big part of being a creative, being an entrepreneur, being freelance, is having to constantly adapt.
Yeah.
Whether somebody has an idea for a project, that's, like I said, the creative producing role that I want to do more and more of, is kind of helping to create that those kinds of projects, and how to facilitate it. How do you get it done?
Yeah. Because I'll tell you what, I guarantee you, 50% more, if not more than that. I'm just going to be conservative. 50% more than the person who's going, maybe we should live stream our convention, and just having someone that already knows how like pieces play together and get put together, and knowing like what resources to look at and who else to reach out to, like that's so
where I
important.
was going to go with reaching out, to someone. If it's not something that myself has the knowledge base, the network of people that I know, whether it's a referral of a project or a consulting thing, or just a constructive feedback. That's so important, and I value so greatly the the artistic community and the point of view, and that's like oxygen, to us here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true. Well, who knows? Maybe you'll be live streaming conventions across the world one day. So tomorrow.
It's been said. We put it out there.
If you put it out in the universe, it will find you usually. So that's Russell Williams says, Luke can do anything in the creative world, super gifted and smart. We can tell.
Thanks,
agree.
Russ.
We agree. Oh
Appreciate
my gosh.
that.
So let me ask you one more question, then we'll end this, because we're at 56 minutes now. I just want to draw it out. I just want to see how long we can talk. But
get the whole pie then.
Yeah.
What would be your dream project? Like, what do you want to come to you? Like, what do you want people to reach out to you for?
My dream project would have to be doing. My dream project. Wow. It would have to be something where, I love creating almost like creating some sort of event or happening, I guess, where there's a art festival of some sort, where there's different screenings, different artisan groups. Really, yeah, that's a tough question, because there's so many.
I put you on the spot with that.
Things I could say.
Like a gallery, like a multifaceted gallery that has a festival.
Or like a big muddy festival situation.
Well, if I more Burning Man.
Oh, a
festival.
Southern Illinois Burning Man.
I don't know about maybe.
Why can't we have one here?
A cultural, experiential, artistic mass. Yeah, something like that. But honestly, as well, from a production side, so that's from a creative, experiential side. But from a production point of view, I want to put out a feature film and shoot it here in Southern Illinois, using some of the history here. I'm working on it's a script, but it's been years in the process. But I could say that could be a dream project of mine, is to one day shoot this feature or miniseries, or anyways, that would be a dream. That would be a dream.
Ready for it.
That would be awesome, and you could do it. I mean, you have your own live.
Oh, sure.
Your own platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready for it.
I wish I had a better answer for that, Brittany, but that's all I have right
I
now,
didn't
I
give you any
guess.
warning. I didn't let you think of this ahead of time, so it's good. I like the Southern Illinois Burning Man situation. Oh, I think we lost Casey, but Alana, she says culture church, and she has a laughing crying emoji.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, oh, I think Casey's back, but let me add her on here so we can all sign off together.
You could say a South by Southwest.
Sorry,
You know,
I
you
had
could
an
say a
internet
Sundance.
stutter.
Yes. How can we need to think about this. We need to do a Southern Illinois twist because I think we need stuff like that around here. We're cool down here. We have cool stuff. We have really gorgeous places to go. We don't want to trash any forest or anything like that. But I think there's.
Should we reclaim Cave and Rock from the Juggalos?
I don't know if they
just do
do
it?
that anymore. I think they got
Did they stop?
I think they got kicked out. Yeah.
Really? Last time,
I think.
I felt like the last year that I lived here, they had.
Really?
I remember trying to go to Cave and Rock, and it was like bananas. But that was also like 4 or 5 years ago or something. I don't even remember.
We'll have to do some research on that. Well, you know what?
Well, then we should take it.
I think there's enough creative minds through us three here and all of Luke's connections, and I think we can do it. I think we should. I think it's our duty now.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll give a little plug
Yeah.
for an event we have coming up. Taking baby steps towards this. We are planning on doing a art market here out in front of our mural in June, where we'll have different art vendors. We're going to shut down the parking lot, have local arts and crafts. We want to have plant shops, have a little stage, and just have a good time and bring up that creative community. So be looking out for a June art fair, and we want to do our first in-person concert that night. So,
oh my gosh, inside Union Street Arts.
Yes, it'll be a limited capacity event, but we that's the goal right now.
Oh, so we gotta get tickets early so we can do exclusive.
Is it going to be a camp out situation?
We've got a back lot, but I don't think that would go over very well.
Probably
Okay,
not.
never mind.
Probably
I
not.
have a tent.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's a little one, so only I can fit in it, but I would do it.
We're gonna have a little mini Burning Man festival in the grassy lot of Union Street Arts. So
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
do it.
Goals.
hey, anything is possible. But Luke, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope you had fun with us. I absolutely love this conversation.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a great conversation. I feel like we just got started.
I know.
Thanks for, glad to be a part of it.
All right. Well, this will just be considered part 1. We'll do another one, maybe closer to the art fair, and then we can dive into more of the crumbs of Luke O'Neill.
There we go.
Everyone,
get that whole slice.
Everyone check out unionstreetarts.com. If you're in Marion, go to Union Street, take a selfie in front of that building, tag their social media, and just engage in all the awesome creativity that Luke is bringing to our community. So thank you.
Appreciate that.
Is there anything else you want to add before I end this live stream?
Just let love rule.
Love it.
Love it. All right, guys. You have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Nice meeting you.
You too.